Hey, what's up, everybody?
Welcome to Fuck That. Check out my fucking metal skirt and girdle combination. This is a skirtle. This is a skirt that turns into a fucking girdle, dude. I am ready to go. I am a thorn man with a thorn plan.
I'm glad you're excited.
I was very excited when I noticed my look at how daintily it flows.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
from the thrust of my hip. I am a dainty fucking man.
Jesus Christ. Victor, what's going on, man? What you been up to? It's a new recording sesh, you know, it's been
I
a few
haven't
days.
been up to much.
Been hanging out, drinking in the back of El Camino.
Oh, defs. Most defs.
Man, I got stories.
All right,
man.
stories for days. I actually drank like 2 or 3 days in a row this week.
Really?
That's new.
Under
not
what
a
circumstances?
huge
Like,
fan.
You get drunk or?
Well, I went to Richmond, hung out with Marcus, and I had some drinks there, and I got drunk real fast. I had like a rum and coke in like an Angry Orchard basically, and I was like, man, I'm real drunk because I don't drink like ever.
Yeah.
Very clean.
Sounds like a fun time.
And I kept it chill.
Keeping it 100.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what day did you do that? Because me and Marcus
Thursday.
were
It was
hanging out
Thursday.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Down here. So that's where my story comes in, man. So me and Marcus didn't hang out for too long. We probably hung out for like 6 hours or so. But in that time, some interesting stuff. All right. So, you know, audience might be aware that I go on these like these walks almost every night, right?
Yes.
Oh, did you hear about this?
Yes.
Yeah, on Facebook. So like, almost every night, I go for these walks up and down the road next to our house, about a mile-long road, and it cuts like right through the neighborhood, from one major road to the next. I've been walking this road like almost every night for like probably 3.5 years.
That
right?
lonely road, dog.
Yeah, like, you know, I might take breaks for a few days and stuff, but I walk this road very consistently. I've walked it hundreds, if not thousands of times.
You don't know where it goes.
I know exactly
But it's
where it
only
goes.
you, and you walk alone.
Anyways, yeah, so I walk this road all the fucking time. Been doing it for years. I've taken all my friends down this road with me before, right? You know, people come hang out. I'm like, hey, you guys want to go for a walk and stuff, you know? I usually have a smoke while I'm walking. If I have friends around who smoke, we'll go walk and smoke, you know? Like, I walk this road all the fucking time. Like, all the time.
Yes.
Now, mind you, most of the time that I walk it is usually late at night. Like, between 12 and 2 is, like, the most common hours I walk this road, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I'm generally a pretty paranoid person about everyone else in the world.
Yes.
So I'm always thinking about, like, what do I look like walking down this road in my pajama pants and my terrorist beard, you know? I've always been paranoid that one day someone's going to be driving by and they're going to see me and think I'm a terrorist and run me over.
Terrorist.
Yeah. So,
you do look like a jihadist.
So, like, you know, I walk this road all the time, usually by myself, but often with other... I mean, we've gone on walks with the whole fucking crew down this road.
You could be a young
You know?
American ISIS, man.
So, normally, though, I walk at night, and I've walked it every time of day, right? You know, I've done it at every possible time of day. So I've seen other people out on this road. I've seen
dusk till dawn.
a million cars. I've seen... I know these houses. I know which people put up their Christmas ornaments and shit, you know? So, me and Marcus... you know, Marcus comes over and he's like, "Hey man, let's go walk and smoke," right? But it's like 8 p.m. So
I thought it'd be a lot later than that.
No, the fact that it's not late is why this happened.
I see.
Because I usually walk late at night and nobody's out there to see us, you know. So me and Marcus go out for a walk at like 8 p.m. And you know, we go for a walk, we have a smoke and stuff, and it's funny because, God, do you smell or is it me?
I don't smell anything.
Move a little bit further away.
The fuck? Okay.
I don't know which one of us it is.
Here's the Baja Blast.
Yeah, that smells like fucking BO, sure. Maybe it's the shirtless guy sitting next to me.
No.
Anyway, you know, we're out for this walk, and at one point, Shade, like, we're on the way back, and Shade and his girlfriend come driving down the road and like stop and talk to us, right? And they're like, they're just kind of like, hey, what are you guys doing? Right? And then Shade
fuck.
says to Marcus, they said you were wearing a leather jacket. Neither one of us knew what he meant. We thought he meant like mom or dad or something. We were like, who's there, right? We just kind of like didn't think about it, and then Shade drives off, right? Marcus, by the way, was wearing a black polo shirt or something like, or like a just like a regular shirt, and jeans and a build hat, right? And I was dressed in my fucking Ninja Turtle pajama pants and my red jacket, right? So Shade then, we see him like turn around and go back the way he came because he was taking his girlfriend home, but he'd come down the road just to see us, right? We were like, why the hell is he doing that? So we get home and we find out that apparently, or no, we didn't go home because we got right into the car and went straight to what's it called? Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
So we just got like right back in the car and went. So we didn't actually go inside. It wasn't until we were at Buffalo Wild Wings that Marcus is checking his Facebook, and he finds out that my mom has posted that there's this app, this phone app called the Neighbors app. It's where people talk about stuff going on in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
And our dad reads this app just because he finds it interesting to see how, like, paranoid people are in the neighborhood. Because people will talk about, like, anything they see that's slightly out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, we saw this, like... And our neighborhood has, like, a very active neighborhood watch. Like, there's a sign when you walk into the neighborhood that says, protected by Neighborhood Watch and everything.
Neighborhood Watch, y'all.
So, Dad hangs out on this app, and he's on there, and he sees a post that's like, just saw two suspicious-looking men walking down the road towards Northampton. One of them was in pajama pants and a hoodie, and the other one's in a leather jacket, or a black guy in a leather jacket, and they said they just looked out of place, is what it said, right? And then someone else responded like, oh yeah, we saw them passing by, so my husband went out and watched them all the way down, and they were walking real slow, right? Me and Marcus
they came out and watched you and everything.
Yeah, me and Marcus are just walking and talking.
Oh my god.
And having a cigarette, and this is the level of reaction we're getting, right?
Well, you were with the black guy.
Exactly. That's the thing. Look, I don't usually walk that early, but I've walked that road at 8 o'clock plenty of times.
Yes.
But this time, there was a black guy with me. So all of us are like, that has to be it.
Oh
like,
my
how
God.
often do I walk this fucking road? And the one time I go for a walk with a black guy, then...
I was wondering why they said a leather jacket too, because I was like, I can't imagine Marcus wearing a leather jacket.
Marcus
he just wasn't wearing one.
Marcus was not wearing any kind of leather jacket. He was just wearing
Where
a
did
black
that fucking
shirt.
pop into the imagination?
Because we're dangerous looking,
God.
man. We're dangerous
Yeah, but
looking
like,
guys.
how many dangerous black dudes are walking around in fucking leather jackets?
When have you ever seen a black guy in a leather jacket?
I've never in my life seen a black guy wearing it, except for motorcycle guys.
Like in an 80s movie,
Yeah.
you might see a black guy in a leather
I've seen
jacket.
some black motorcyclists
in
in
maybe
Virginia
the
Beach.
Warriors or something,
Yeah. That's fucking hilarious.
So yeah, we get reported on the Neighbors app, right? So, and Dad responded to this thread, and he's like, it's my son. He walks this road every night. We've lived here for 7 years, and he's been walking it every day, like, for the whole fucking time, which is not entirely accurate, but for at least half the time I've been walking that road. And, we've walked it before I was doing it regularly, So, like, yeah, he responded, he's like, he was with his friend Marcus. We've known him for the whole time we've lived here. He's, he's an army guy, real trustworthy, real great guy. Yeah, by the way, army guy.
Yeah,
just throw
exactly.
that in there.
Like the safest,
service member serving your country.
The safest possible people to be around,
Right. Fucking army guy walking with me. So, yeah. So all that's reported, and then they were like, saying, oh, well, hopefully they aren't offended, but, we do watch out for anything, like,
Don't judge a book by its cover, bros. Oh, fuck!
Well, they were saying, like, that they basically implied that they call the police on people like all the time.
Oh my god.
Who are just like walking around, and like the police will just like, because they just let them, you know, figure out what the deal is. You know, it's like, oh, better to let the police handle it. It's like, better to not call the fucking cops over people walking through your neighborhood. You fucking paranoid
I wonder
idiots.
if that's the same people who, when we were trying to shoot Boyd's fucking short film years ago,
that's what
like busted us on
so
that.
that's what I thought might be the case, but
was it by that same house?
no, I don't think so. I don't believe it was them, based on other evidence. But like
Boyd's one short film.
Well, here's the thing, because I wanted to talk about that too. So what's really funny about this is that this is one night after when I saw some really suspicious shit happening in the neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
Just the night before, because the night before I'd gone out for a walk at 2 a.m. and like on the first turn down, like in front of the very house where the lady came out and told us to stop filming in front of her house. Because like, look, I've harbored a resentment towards that house forever, right? Because we were trying to film this little short film that Boyd was directing, and we were in like, basically this house is like across the street from like a little foresty area.
Oh,
we were trying to film like a monster coming out of that little forest and grabbing Victor, who is the lead actor. And in fact, you can watch this film on online. It's called A Midnight Stroll.
A Midnight Stroll. It's on the Modal Soul page, right?
I don't think it is. I think it's on Digital Funeral or something like that. Oh God. It's on a.
I wonder if there's anything else on there.
Or no, it's Kabuki Mono Productions. That's what it was. Boyd's production was Kabuki Mono.
He might as well have just named it Weeaboo Productions.
Boyd is a giant weeaboo.
He is. I always forget how much.
Kabuki Mono Productions, I believe, is the channel it's on, and it's called A Midnight Stroll. But
very clean.
But yeah, this lady came out and like told us to stop filming there, and so we did, because you know, what are we gonna fucking argue?
No,
with some
we
lady
came
at
back
12
later
at night?
that night though.
Right, but you came back like later.
Yeah.
But I've seen like in the driveway of that house, I'll often see like trucks sitting in the driveway with their music playing at 3 in the morning. You know, and like someone's sleeping in there and stuff like that, and like I just see a lot of like cars that are like on at weird hours around their house, right?
Yeah.
They're kind of suspicious anyways. But this time,
and they always have lots of different cars outside the house.
Yeah.
Like there's always a car for sale outside. And you don't know why.
I think they're here. Okay, so this night, I like, you know, the night before the night me and Marcus get called out, but it's 2 a.m.
Oh god,
this
those
time.
fucking things.
And
fuck.
It's 2 in the morning, and I'm walking down, and like, because that house is like right on a curb, right, like a T intersection curb.
Yeah.
So like the road that I usually walk down, there's another road that goes off to the right, but there's a car sitting like in the intersection in front of that house, right, and it's parked in such a way that it could turn around at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
And I don't know why you just decided to like.
I've never fought him before.
Really?
Yeah, I just
they're
ditched
pretty
right
fucking
past.
tough. They do a lot of damage.
I was like, I want to fight it. It's so scary. Like, what the fuck is this thing, man?
But yeah. So there's this truck parked outside their house, but I would describe it as it looked like an armored UPS truck.
What the fuck?
Like it looked like a UPS truck crossed with an armored car, right? And at first I thought it was a UPS truck because it has logos on the side that look like the UPS logo that's on the side of their truck, but there's 3 of them, which is unusual, right? There's like one on each like window going back. So it was like a
shit. Damn it.
You fighting this guy is clearly taking too much.
I'm sorry.
Are you listening to the story? Or
yes.
Are you following it?
There's a giant armored UPS truck.
Yeah, it's this big-ass UPS truck, and it looks like it's got UPS logos on it, but I've never seen a UPS truck with 3 logos. And I couldn't tell if it was that logo. It looked like it might have been a little thinner, but it was similar to it. So, and I'm thinking, like, what, like, I don't know why a UPS truck would be there at 2 a.m. I'm like, maybe it's like, you know, overnight delivery or something? Like, is that something that happens? I'm just like, what is this truck? And, you know, again, I'm generally not that trusting, and I'm pretty suspicious of shit that I see in the neighborhood at night. When I see things that are a little off, I'm always like, yeah, I'm going to walk in another direction kind of thing, right? You know?
You're the true neighborhood watch, man. You're the night watch. You're the fucking Batman of this neighborhood, motherfucker.
I'm the watcher on the wall.
Hell yeah. You're not the hero this city deserves.
But I'm the one that they need.
You're the hero the city needs.
Anyway, so I see this truck, and I'm getting closer to it, and I'm like, I'm real suspicious of it. and it's sitting there on. You know, it looks like it's like ready to just go, like it's ready to take off at a moment's notice. And as I'm getting closer to it, I start to realize that it has words spray painted onto it.
Oh, what the
in
fuck?
white spray paint, right? So now that's the moment I get worried, and it says something like "Stickmen" on the side, like it's stick something.
Doesn't say get money.
No, it says like "Stickmen" or something like that in like in, like white graffiti, and then there's like another thing drawn on like somewhere further back, right? And I'm like, I was already suspicious of this truck, but when I saw it had graffiti on it, I got worried. Because I'm like, you don't drive around a truck that's got fucking spray painted words on it unless, like it's obviously
what?
not a UPS truck.
Yes.
It's not a professional car. It's like,
Yeah.
Why would you be driving a vehicle this big and like suspicious looking with like all these weird symbols on it and graffiti on it? So I'm thinking like gang truck, right? Like,
Gang truck.
gang affiliation.
Doing
right?
drive-bys in a giant armored truck.
No,
with
not
spray paint
drive-bys, you fucking retard. like something they would use to move.
on.
Like either to think
Moving
again.
that product.
Think the Warriors. Like you put your whole crew into a truck and fucking drive it across town.
Just in case you need to do like a fucking SWAT operation.
Yeah, it was kind of like a SWAT vehicle, is what it kind of looked like.
Oh my god.
So I'm just like, all right, I don't want to be near this thing when it takes off because it was about ready to go. And so I turn around and start heading the opposite direction. And suddenly I hear what sounds like a guy like angry yelling from the house that it was that it was in front of.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So I just like haul ass back home, and I see it leave the neighborhood like right after me. Like it was taking off right behind me. So I was like, oh god, it's behind me. It's coming up on me. Like, because what if I like. In the event that they were committing a crime or something, I am witness to it now.
Oh god.
It's 2 a.m. No one's supposed to be awake at this hour.
Come on, man. That could have been the start of your Pineapple Express-esque Seth Rogen film.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want to live in a Pineapple Express-esque Seth Rogen film. But yeah, so I see this just the night before me and Marcus go on this walk, right? But we're the ones who are getting called out for being suspicious. And I was telling Marcus, because the funny thing is I was describing to him that event while we were on this walk, right?
Nice.
And I was telling him that like,
Oh god, I hate these guys. No.
I was saying
gonna get me.
that house is so suspicious, and that lady, who told us not to film there, what if that was because she's worried because they do suspicious stuff? So she's worried about people being outside of their house, not because she thinks we're suspicious, but because she's suspicious. What if that's the case? And
they're
like some
criminals.
some kind of criminal thing going on there. It would make sense, right? Like she wouldn't want us out there because she seemed really like paranoid when she told us to leave.
Fucking crazy white lady.
Yeah, but what kind of like I thought that at the time. But what kind of, like, normal suburban white lady has so much suspicious shit going on at her house? Where there's always weird trucks out in the yard and always, like, all this other shit. It's like, this is a little bit more than just some, like, suburban, get off my lawn, like, type character. So I did suspect that I thought maybe it was, was that house that was, like, telling us off in the neighbor's app. But I was like, I don't know about that. Because it specifically said we were heading towards Northampton, and like, so I'm thinking it's probably further down the road, like closer to Northampton, right? So tonight, just now, before we started this recording, I went out for a walk. I left the house at about 11 p.m., right? Closer to when I normally walk. And, walking down the road, and the whole time I'm just looking at every house, like, which one of you fuckers is it? Like, who is it? And I get down towards, like, towards the end of the road, and there's this one area where there's a bunch of houses where there's always, like, it always seems like there's a lot of people there, and they're always, like, active, fairly late at night. So I'm like, I wonder if it's one of these houses. And they're, like, a little closer to the road and stuff like that, And so, I'm walking by, and there's one house I pass by, and I start hearing, like, it sounds like someone comes outside, and they're, like, saying something to someone else. They're saying something like, I'm just, making sure, blah, blah, something to someone else, right? And then I pass by the next house, and I hear a woman yell out, Lloyd! And then, like, another guy's name, like, she's, like, yelling for someone. And I'm like, huh. And then either it was that house or the next one down, all their lights go out right as I'm passing by, right? So I'm like, all right, this trio of houses is the one. It's one of these, right? It's one of these guys. These are the nosy neighbors, all in a row, right?
Yeah.
Then as I'm walking back, As I pass the same house, once again I hear Lloyd, and then like
What the
another
fuck?
guy's name, and I'm like, it's this house. This is the one. You know, like they're yelling for each other as I'm passing by. Someone was, because I was thinking, you know, the kind of nosy neighbor who would post about this thing, they're gonna be on the lookout.
Yeah.
They're gonna be waiting to see you again,
course.
to see you walk through again. You know.
Holy shit.
So I was like, I thought maybe because it was 11 o'clock, maybe they wouldn't still be awake, you know? Like, maybe I only got radioed in because it was the one time I walked when everyone was up and looking out the window, you know?
Oh, now they're ready. They're thirsty,
Right.
man.
So I was just like, this fucking, I can't even feel like at home in my own neighborhood, you know? Like, I mean, I already am generally paranoid about everything anyways, but now
Yes.
I literally know that these people think I'm suspicious,
Yes.
you know?
Look, man, they're just,
But at the same time, it was the one time I was with the black guy that I got radioed in, you know? So, I'm not putting it past that it was mostly a racial thing.
Yes. Oh, I'm sure. We're in Trump's neighborhood, dude. This is Trump's America.
Trump's America.
We've got them Trump signs out in our yards.
We do have some Trump signs out there.
Yeah, we do.
I don't think that necessarily means it's a racist neighborhood.
It means, but the kind of people who are pro-Trump are also pro-suspicion.
Right.
And being afraid of everything.
Yeah, so that's something that happened to me in the last couple days.
Pretty amazing.
Next time on Digi Bros, Victor
Oh,
will
shit.
probably get killed by all these. Wait,
Oh!
wait,
Oh!
wait,
Oh!
wait.
Oh! Very clean! Very clean! Dairy Queen! No!
Not very clean. Not
Wait,
very
wait,
clean.
I'm alive!
Not
I
very
can make
clean.
it! I can make it!
Not very clean. This guy's gonna shoot poison at you. Haul ass, roll to the bonfire. Get to the bonfire. Bonfire. Bonfire.
Oh, yeah, bitch!
Bonfire lit. Sit. Yeah.
Oh!
Next time
You've
on
been hit
Digi
by,
Bros.
you've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Criminal.